What's up, guys? It's Brian here. Thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes this weekend. This has been a fun weekend with like celebratory videos and everything. This is the 5th day in a row for videos, and this is finally going to be the Q&A video. I had you guys submit your questions back on Wednesday, I believe, and so I compiled a list of all the best ones. I got like 370 comments, so I compiled the best. I ended up taking 53 questions, so let's get right into the Q&A. Let's see how many of these I can answer in probably under 20 minutes span. I don't really want to make this video too long, so let's see what we can do. But ready for the Q&A? Let's go. What is your most favorite Clone Wars season and your most favorite Clone Wars arc? Kind of want to say 7. 5 has some of the best arcs in it, I think. I really started watching the show in Season 5, and the arc that's my favorite, I mean, Umbara is obviously up there. I love the Siege of Mandalore, though. I mean, we're all super hyped on Siege of Mandalore right now, so I'm probably going to say that one as far as my favorite arc is concerned. But yeah, as far as overall seasons, 5 was really great. 7 was obviously pretty good. The arc in the middle was okay, but a lot of the arcs in 5 were really good. Where did you get the name Watermelon Studios? This is a question that I get all the time, and to be honest, I sometimes have that same question myself. I made this channel when I was like 15 years old, and it was originally going to be like a hybrid channel of Lego and Minecraft, because I wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber too. And my favorite block in Minecraft was the watermelon block, and I had a skin in Minecraft that was like this watermelon guy, so I kind of started calling myself like Mr. Watermelon, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, why don't I just make that my channel name? And I was thinking of creative channel names that didn't sound like anything that you'd ever heard of before. And I just kind of landed on Watermelon Studios. I don't really know how it really happened, but those are the only kind of things I could think of. It was like the watermelon block in Minecraft, plus me being 15 years old and wanting to create a fun channel name. So that's my answer for that. Are you planning on having any large stop motions, like hour-long stop motions? I've always wanted to do one that's over 20 minutes. I had this big, giant, crazy idea for a stop motion series that I never really put out there just yet. I was writing it recently, but then I kind of got overwhelmed. I'm not going to share too many details right now, but it was going to be a 4-part series. Every episode was going to be about 10 minutes long. So we'll see what happens. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself right now to make a lot of stop motions because I don't want them to feel like work to me, if that makes sense. I like when I just do like a stop motion for fun. And when I sometimes get into big projects, it starts to overwhelm me a little bit, so I'm just like, I'm not going to be overwhelmed with stop motion work right now, so I'll just do what I feel like, I suppose, and make a stop motion whenever something comes to me. So for now, no long giant stop motions, but in the future, quite possibly. Who is your favorite stop motion animator other than yourself? There's so many of them. Brotherhood Workshop is up there. The old school guys like Fancy Pants and Blob Studios, Al Nichols Productions. Who else is even doing stop motion these days? I don't know. But those are the ones that come to my mind at first. Pizza Movies, obviously, he's legendary. He started this whole thing for all of us. So those guys, a lot of the really old-timers that I watched when I was younger, the ones, the stop motion that came out like pre-2010, those are all my favorite ones. ABCD123 Toast, again, they made that Battle in Naboo 2 Delta Squad video. That's inspired me to make pretty much everything. So all those old school guys are my favorite animators. Are there still certain Star Wars things you'd like Disney to make a series or a movie of in the future? Honestly, I don't really care about anything like that's already in universe. I love all of the new stuff. Give me all new storylines, new characters. That's why I loved The Mandalorian, because it had pretty much everything was new. Like, yeah, we know about Mandalorians, we know about Baby Yoda, we know that Yoda was a thing, but I just loved all of the new characters, new locations, new scenes, so I just want them to get as creative as possible, make all kinds of new stuff. If they could even go pre-Phantom Menace and make some stuff back then, that would be really cool as well. But take apart from the timeline we already know. Like, I don't really need anything else from the Skywalker timeline. Give me stuff that's totally original, and that's all I want from Disney. Is creating YouTube videos and or collecting Lego your passion? Assuming you have one, what is your job outside of YouTube? Well, I graduated with a teaching degree last year, but I don't have a teaching job yet. I'm a substitute teacher for the meantime. And I also do like a little bit of like tutoring and mentorship with some kids who are kind of falling behind a little bit. I started doing that just recently. But my passion has been digital media for a while. I went to college originally for film studies and then decided I wanted to be a teacher instead. So we'll see what the next school year brings. Obviously the situation of the world, the economy's not very good right now. So for now, I'm just going to keep making videos, and until life says, hey, you're going to be doing this now, then I will keep doing this. If I get a teaching job, we'll see what happens with that, but for now, it's YouTube. How long have you collected Lego? Since as long as I can remember. I had a whole bunch of like tinier sets when I was a really little kid. I started collecting Lego Star Wars in 2005. I started collecting Bionicle even earlier than that, and then Knight's Kingdom was around that time too, so I've been collecting Lego for pretty much as long as I can remember. How often do you miss a step while building a Lego set and have to go back? At least once a set. I don't miss a lot of steps, but like sometimes I'll miss one. It's usually one per larger set at least, and I'm like, oh shoot, I have to go back. Like if it's one of the harder ones, the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, I missed a few steps on that one, had to go back. But like on the smaller ones, like a Brickheads, I usually don't miss them. What's your favorite thing to see in other people's stop motions? I love the use of practical effects, like practical laser bolts and everything. I've never been able to do that myself. I've never tried it. I've always just go to the computer and do all my special effects there, but I love seeing practical effects, like when people use, like, I don't know, spring loader shooters to make lasers happen. Those are always really cool. Love seeing the effects people can create with just Lego bricks. What is your favorite Star Wars prequel line that has been memed to death? Oh man, I just love prequel memes, man. I love how that community formed a couple years ago, and just because we all know all the movie lines by heart, I obviously love Do It, and Hello There, General Kenobi. Those are the fun ones. I also love all the like the tiny little memes of all the like individual lines, like a communication disruption can only mean one thing, invasion. Those are just, they're so funny. I will always get a kick out of prequel memes. What is your favorite theme aside from Lego Star Wars and Lego Ideas? Loved Bionicle back in the day. I always love when they do castle themes as well. So, yeah, pretty much Bionicle and Castle. Who's your favorite Star Wars character overall, and are you excited for the new Lego Star Wars game? Luke Skywalker, and absolutely yes. I have to get a Nintendo Switch first, though, because I need some kind of console to play the Lego Star Wars game on, because the latest game console I have is a Wii. I don't game that much, so I have to get an updated console to get the new Lego Star Wars game, but I definitely will be getting that later this year, probably. What made you become a Mets fan? This is a fun one. I live in New York. One day, my parents were going to see a movie, and I was staying over at my uncle's house just for a few hours, and he had the Mets game on. I had just recently gotten into baseball, and I wanted to watch a little more of it, and he just had the Mets game on, and all of a sudden, I just kind of fell in love with the Mets, and it's been a miserable life ever since. No, I'm kidding. The Mets are fun to watch. They're rewarding in their little moments of triumph. I miss baseball so much, but for now, at least we have Lego Star Wars to keep us busy while there's no sports going on. Do you have any tips for mocks and animations? I actually might be doing like a short little series on this soon. I've had this idea for a while just to do like little basic like mock building tips that could help like new mock builders and like very general stop motion tutorials. I actually might do some kind of series on that. So if there's something that you want me to do like that, let me know below what you want to see, because I do want to start doing that series at some point. That could be fun to do. What made you start this channel? Lego and Minecraft, wanted to be a Lego and Minecraft YouTuber. Did you ever think you'd be this big on YouTube? Absolutely not. I always like wanted to kind of have viewers, but I never thought that it would go this crazy. And did you ever get bullied or stuff like that for being a fan of Lego? Not necessarily, because I started being a fan later on, and I was also like in middle school before the internet was really like, before all middle schoolers were on the internet. So I didn't have access to the internet as a middle schooler when the time we usually would get bullied. So if you are getting bullied for liking Lego or stuff like that, and this sounds so corny to know, but like as you get older, it does get better because people become more like accepting of that kind of stuff. Like nowadays when I tell people I do Lego Star Wars videos, they're like, oh cool, I didn't know that was a thing. Or like I'll tell them I have a big collection of Lego, and most people are like, oh wow, that's really cool. So it gets better when you get older. People are dumb when you're young. So just get through that, keep collecting, keep doing what you love, and don't let the haters bring you down. Other than Star Wars and other Star Wars related properties, what movies or TV shows do you like or recommend? My favorite TV show outside of Star Wars stuff is Psych. Love that show. It's really the only show that I really watch. I've also watched The Office straight through, but I don't watch a lot of TV. And movies, as far as non-Star Wars movies, Jaws is my favorite, followed by like the other movies I like are like The Princess Bride, The Truman Show is up there, La La Land is a favorite of mine. I have so many movies in my cabinet, but those are probably my top 5 at least. Are you a little upset that the final Clone Wars episodes overlap your Beta Squad animations? I kind of figured it would happen, but like I guess we could say that my stories live like in an alternate universe nowadays, and I really didn't care because the final arc of Clone Wars was so amazing that it doesn't bother me that they overlap my stories now. But I guess they can't really be considered canon. I would rework them if I was still making them now, but it's done. I'm proud of my Beta Squad series, and that's pretty much it. And are you going to do a collab animation between Rose Squad and Delta Squad? Probably not. I think I'm done with animating Commando Squads. They're way harder to animate than you think. The backpacks wiggle all the time, and you have to fix it constantly. The weapons fall off. They fall down a lot. It's just... It's a lot. I don't know. I might be done with commando animations, but we'll see. Have you ever had the idea of doing stop motions after a mock you just built? I did that for my first ever mock, and I'm never doing it again. If you go back and watch the first ever Org-Mantell animation, it was horrible because I was trying to animate over the grass and on tile, and it was an absolute disaster. So no, I am not doing that ever again. You have to build separate things. Mocks you can put all the details into, but with stop motion sets you have to leave them blank so that you can actually make your figures walk and move and actually be movable and like changeable. So no, I am never making a stop motion out of a mock again. Are you ever going to make an animation on General David? I think I might, actually. I have an idea in my head for something really short. It'll be just like a fun little origin story. Let me know if you want to see that, because I think it could be pretty cool. I'll see. Maybe within the next couple months I'll get that going if there's enough interest in it. But that is something that I'm interested in, yes. What's your favorite animation you've ever done? Org-Mantell 3. It's my longest. It's the one I have the best effects, the best sound effects. The whole thing just came together so nicely with both the squads. It has a nice little story in it. The after credits scene was fun to do. So just overall, that's my best video ever, I think. Are you planning on doing more Clone Trooper tutorials like Cody and Rex? Yes, I would love to do more of those. It seems like you guys really like them, so I will make lists of commanders. If you want to see any specific ones, let me know below. But I do plan on doing more of those. What did I think of the sequel trilogy? I liked 7. I loved 8, and 9 disappointed me so much that it left a bad taste in my mouth for the whole trilogy. I really want to see how time passes. I want to like these movies very badly because I really enjoyed 7 and 8, but then 9 just let me down so much, and I don't want to be one of those haters of it because it's so silly to, like, say there's only 6 Star Wars movies. No, there's 9. I just didn't like one of them. So we'll see when time passes. We'll see when the generation who's been watching them grows up and defends them, just like the prequel viewers grew up and defended their prequels. We'll see what happens with the sequels. I'm very curious to see what happens. So I liked them for the most part. We'll see what happens in the future. Are you religious? Yes, I'm Roman Catholic. You might have seen some of my crucifixes in the background. And how did you get into Star Wars? It was the original Revenge of the Sith wave of sets in 2005. We got the Lego catalog in the mail, and I flipped through that catalog and fell in love with Star Wars. I had no idea what it was. I was in 2nd grade at the time, and all the boys in my class were also talking about Star Wars. They were all ordering Star Wars books from the Scholastic book orders. If any of you remember those, you deserve a veteran's discount. But it was a combination of that, as well as the action figures that were in the store and the Lego sets that were in the catalog that just created the perfect storm of making me fall in love with Star Wars. Do you have any connections with the big YouTubers in the Lego community? No, I really don't. I don't think a lot of them even know I exist. So, like, I've never talked to any of the big YouTubers, like M&R, Solid Bricks, are just too good. Like, I talk to some people on Instagram in a little group chat that we have, but honestly, not really. I don't think a lot of the bigger YouTubers even know that I'm here. Will you be getting the UCS gunship? Honestly, no, because I already have a gunship in my collection that I really love. So it would have to seriously wow me for me to buy it, so I really don't think I'm going to get the UCS gunship. Do you still have your old mocks? Like, for example, the droid fort on Sereno. Nope, I tear apart pretty much all my mocks. The only one I have not torn apart is the Jaws boat that's up on my shelf, because I'm keeping that together forever. But you need to reuse those parts, man. You can't just build a mock and let it sit. You gotta take it apart, you gotta recycle. The Jakku mock alone gave birth to so many mocks of mine that have been used from just those parts. So, no, you can't keep your mocks together. You gotta take them apart, you gotta build new stuff out of them. Alright, let's switch into a real quick rapid-fire round before we get back to the bigger questions. What's your favorite LEGO Star Wars set that you don't own? UCS Falcon. Who's your favorite clone? Commander Cody. What's your favorite set? Old Fishing Store. Your favorite YouTube channel? Myself. Are you going to do a stop motion about the Mandalorian? Quite possibly. If you chose any clone to be made in LEGO, specific clone or clone battalion, who would it be? Delta Squad. What is the minifigure you want the most? Right now, Zuckuss, so I can complete my Bounty Hunter collection. Will you ever do more Clone Wars stop motions? Yes. What is your favorite movie from the Star Wars saga and why? A New Hope. Started it all. Who do you think would win in a fight? Beta Squad or Delta Squad? Delta Squad for sure. What are your top 3 favorite Star Wars films? A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, The Last Jedi. How tall are you? 5'7". Do you go to college or university? If so, what is your major? I graduated from college with my teaching degree. Do you put the milk or the cereal in first? I put the cereal in first, and then I don't put milk. What is your favorite Clone Wars episode? Missing in Action. Would you like LEGO to make a Phase 2 Commander Cody? Absolutely. Do you think I should upload my Clone Trooper custom showcase? Well, make like your username, and do it! What's the one thing you'd change in the Star Wars saga? Rey would not be a Palpatine. Alright, back to your regularly scheduled programming. How old were you when you started collecting Lego? Again, this was earlier than I can remember, but Lego Star Wars was in the 2nd grade. Do you have a girlfriend? If yes, what does she think of you making Lego videos? I do have a girlfriend. Her name is Hannah. We've been together for almost 8 months, and she's not a Star Wars fan, so she doesn't watch my videos, but she's very supportive of it. She's never once, like, been judgy or anything like that, and I really appreciate her for that. One of these days I'll try to get her into a video, but we'll see. What are your thoughts on the new dual molded Stormtrooper helmets? I really don't like them. I just wish they'd go back to the original mold because it was so much better. The new ones look so clunky, and I don't plan on getting any of them. Are you planning to make any other big animation series like the Beta Squad series? Yeah, I mentioned before I had that series in mind that I don't really want to talk too much about yet because I don't really know if it's going to happen yet, but I do have a new idea for a series in my head. I just don't know if that's going to happen right now because it's a really big project that I'm going to have to pour a lot of time and commitment into that I just don't want to right this second. And how old am I going to turn this year? 23. I just turned 23 yesterday. What inspired you for your Beta Squad series? It was a lot of the ABCD123 Toast animations, the Pizza Movies animation, as well as playing the video game Republic Commando. Loved that game, loved the Commando squad in there. So it was all the old animators, as well as originally that Missing in Action episode of Clone Wars where Gregor dies. I never liked that, so I wanted to bring Gregor back and make his squad, and that's kind of where the whole thing started. Where do you get your sound effects? I downloaded them a very long time ago on YouTube, most of them, or a lot of them wasn't actually on YouTube. They were from like sketchy websites that I probably shouldn't have been downloading like sound effects from because they could have come with viruses, but my biggest recommendation is to go to YouTube, find some sound effects, and then use some kind of online converter to download the YouTube video and use the sound effects from there. That's my best advice. Don't download anything from sketchy websites like I did because that's probably not a good idea for the health of your computer. If you could have directed the sequels, what would you have done with the story? Rey would not be a Palpatine. How did you get into mock building, and what is your first mock? I was watching channels like Solid Bricks and Chris Productions, a couple of his different mocks, and I thought to myself, I kind of want to build something like that. That could be really fun to do some kind of building series. My first mock was the Battle of Ord Mantell. Go back on my channel and check it out. It's very bad, my voice is very cringy, but it's fun, and it's up there still. Why did I start my YouTube channel? Wanted to do Lego and Minecraft videos. I originally wanted to do like a Minecraft survival Let's Play, but my computer just wouldn't handle it. It wouldn't be able to do all the recordings. I tried so many times. I probably have some old Minecraft videos somewhere that I'm never going to show, but yeah, that was why I started originally, and then I was like, you know what, forget the whole Minecraft thing, I'm just going to focus on Lego, and here I am today. And last but not least, I know people ask it a lot, but what is really under Mr. Watermelon's helmet? You guys remember that spoof video I did a couple years ago, but I'm never going to show it because I never thought it mattered. I never even thought that it'd be a question. When I made the sig fig, I just kind of took a random minifigure head and threw a helmet onto it, and I was like, hey, that guy looks kind of cool. Where is he? He's over here. Good old Mr. Watermelon. The whole point of him is that he's just like, that focus is going to be so terrible. He's just a regular guy who likes Star Wars, and that's what I am. I was thinking about originally getting a clone helmet and doing like a Hello Greedo style of videos, but yeah, he's never going to show his face because I've never thought it mattered. And it was literally just a random head that I picked and put under there. So it's nothing too crazy, nothing too special, but I'm never going to show it. And it's also a fun joke now that I'm never going to show his head. Alright, that was the Q&A. A lot of questions in there. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions. I'm sorry I couldn't get to every one of you guys, but this has already been like a 20-minute video. And if I answered all 300 comments, it would have been probably a 2-hour video. So, plus there was a lot of repeating comments. I thought I would get some of the most repeating ones in there as well. And that's going to just about do it. So thank you guys so much. I haven't posted the animation yet as of the time I'm filming this, but if you saw that, thank you guys so much for watching that, and I'm assuming you guys commented on it too, so thank you guys for supporting that video. And if you haven't seen that, go check that out. I did a new animation. It came out yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, so thank you guys for all the advanced birthday wishes too. The day I'm filming this is my birthday today, even though this will be uploaded tomorrow. So, alright, I need to go calm down. I need to drink water. This was a long video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks guys for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.